Back in March 2015, a half asleep Snorf had this to say about the NX. I guess my biggest fear with the actual system itself is with the handheld component would limit the actual console. That's just my main fear with a hybrid system. I really hope I don't sound like that in some of my recent videos. I really did sound like I was half asleep when I did make that video. Hopefully I do sound a lot more energetic these days. But the point I made in that little section still stands. I still have my concerns about the NX potentially being a hybrid. None of these rumours, like from March 2015 up until the present day, has changed that at all. None of the rumours have changed it. And one thing it is important to remember is that the NX being a hybrid was the very first thing that was rumoured about from when Satoru Iwata did announce the fact that Nintendo were working on their next dedicated gaming platform called the NX. It was one of the first rumours, but like I said, like my concerns are still the same now as they were back in March 2015. My concern is that the console experience will be held back by the handheld experience. Now we know that Zelda Breath of the Wild will be running on the NX, but we just don't know like if it's going to be better than the Wii U version. We don't know whether the Wii U version might be better than the NX version. It is pretty hard to imagine a situation like that happening, but because we haven't seen the NX version yet, it's still up in the air. There's still that question there on how will Zelda Breath of the Wild run on the NX, especially if it is a hybrid experience. Now, obviously, I think it has been confirmed that Unreal Engine 4 will be compatible with the NX as well. So, obviously, it is going to be powerful to a point where it can run Zelda Breath of the Wild and it can run Unreal Engine 4, which I do believe the Wii U couldn't run. I do believe the Wii U could only run Unreal Engine 3. But obviously going back to the Eurogamer rumour, they were saying that it was going to have a Tegra X1 chip inside of it. Now, if that is true, if that is the case, and that is a massive if at this stage, but if that is true, then that would put the NX below the Xbox One. Now, obviously, that is an improvement on the Wii U, but I still have the thought in my head, what if this wasn't a hybrid? What if it was a straight up home console, maybe with a different style controller? Maybe it would be a bit more powerful than that. Maybe it would be a little bit more powerful than the PS4, or maybe it would be the same level as the PS4. That is the thought that I have in my head, that the handheld side of the hybrid would hold back the console experience. Now, I'm not really that bothered about specs. I'm not really bothered about 1080p this, 4K that. I'm not really bothered about that side of things. It's like I have fun playing like games, like old games like GoldenEye Source on my PC, Counter-Strike Source. Last year I went back and played Battlefront 2 on my PC. Had a blast playing that, and recently on the channel I played Time Splitters again. So, I'm not about specs, I'm about gameplay, but I'm not oblivious to the fact that specs are important. And this system is probably going to last us for the next 4 or 5 years. And if it's not at least as powerful as the PS4, then my fear is that it will just get outdated pretty quickly. And that's just my main fear with the whole NX concept. Obviously, I haven't seen the NX yet. None of us have, and none of us in the public have yet. And I guess the whole execution of the whole NX hybrid, it could totally win me round, but this is just my main fear about the NX concept at this stage. My main fear is that the handheld side of things would hold back the console experience. That is just my main fear. I guess another fear is that if it was going to be a hybrid, then there is no way that it is going to be cheap. I just can't see it costing less than £350. Just because you're getting a console and a handheld all in one box, and if it's going to have those detachable controllers, that will definitely add a bit of cost to it as well. I think a NX hybrid would be expensive. But I guess another main fear that I do have is that the console experience and the TV experience would just be a handheld game blown up for the TV. My main fear is because smartphone games are booming at this moment in time, and because Nintendo's handheld side of their business is doing better than their console side of the business. My main fear is that they will make mostly handheld like games. And my main fear is that these third party companies will see that smartphone games are booming. They're seeing that the 3DS and Nintendo's handheld part of their business is doing a lot better than their console side of the business. And obviously maybe the NX, it does have a console experience, but my main fear is that these third party companies will just focus on making mobile like games, making handheld like games for the bit on the go, just because that is where a lot of gamers are at nowadays. That is just my main fear, is that we will see less console like experiences because of the fact that smartphone games are doing well at this moment in time. And as a Wii U gamer, we've seen barely any new Wii U games at this moment in time, and everybody's idea was, oh, maybe they're moving over Wii U projects over to the NX and, releasing them as NX games. I would be disappointed if that didn't happen, because I think a lot of other people will as well. A lot of people will feel screwed over by Nintendo if if the NX doesn't have a quality console-like experience on it. So we can play games like Mario Kart 8 and it looks just as good, even better, or Mario Kart 9 I should have said, Splatoon 2, the next Mario 3D like game. It's like that's just a fear that I have, that we're just going to be seeing mainly handheld like experiences for the NX. That's just my main fear at this moment in time, if the NX is a hybrid. And like I said, if that did happen, if we went through the past 2 years of the Wii U barely getting any new experiences, and the new experiences we did get, we didn't get a new Animal Crossing game. What we got instead was a flipping Mario Party clone, which we didn't need at that time. And the fact that Mario Tennis on the Wii U, I can't remember its full name, I think it's called Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, or as it's commonly known, Ultra Trash, because it seemed like there was a lot of missing content in that game. So obviously we got great experiences like Pokemon Tournament mixed in there as well, but for the most part we've barely got any new Wii U games over the past couple of years, and I feel like there would be a massive backlash if we didn't see console-like experiences on the NX. If we went through those past couple of years just to get more handheld-like games, because that is what is currently happening at this moment in time. The 3DS is getting a lot more games than the Wii U. The 3DS is currently getting more focused on than the Wii U. So I feel like Nintendo will get a massive backlash if, and for me, I think rightly so, if we don't get a console-like experience on the NX. If we went through those 2 years of getting barely any new games just to get like a console or a hybrid system which doesn't have that many console-like experiences at all. On a personal level, I am more of a console gamer than a handheld gamer. I do own a 3DS, but I pretty much use my 3DS as a Pokemon machine, and that is it. I am mostly a console gamer. That is where I'm at. My main thing that I want to see on the NX, if it is a hybrid, is it having equally a console-like experience and a handheld-like experience. We don't just see a balance one way or the other, so we don't just see mostly handheld-like games on this system, and we don't see mostly console-like games on this system, because now obviously I would be pleased if we did get mostly console-like experiences on the NX, but Nintendo, if this whole hybrid idea is true, they'll be cutting like part of their business off. So I feel like they need to have an equal balance of having console games and handheld games to be played on the controller on the go. That's what I feel like Nintendo should do with the NX. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on my concerns, I should say, about the NX potentially being a hybrid. I do have my concerns about the whole concept. My main fear is that the console experience will be held back by the handheld part of the hybrid. Another main fear that I have is that the console and the TV experience will just be a handheld game blown up for the TV. That's just my main fear at this stage. But obviously, like I said, I don't know what the execution of this idea, if this idea ever does happen, will be like. And my thoughts could totally change when I see it being executed in the NX reveal. So I'm not going to judge it just yet, but I do have my concerns, and those concerns will stay until I actually see the thing getting executed, until I actually see it for myself in the NX reveal. So I don't want to judge it just yet. I'm going to wait until I actually see the system before I judge the NX. I think that is the smart thing and the right thing to do, but I would be lying if I didn't say I had my concerns on the NX potentially being a all-in-one hybrid. It being a handheld and a home console rolled into one device. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. I really must apologise about this being like a negative Nancy sort of a video. I did actually record this video back at the start of August, believe it or not, but I wanted to re-record it because I wasn't happy with the execution of that video. Hopefully this video does come across a lot better than that one. And yeah, leave me your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Do you have concerns about the NX being a all-in-one device, potentially being a all-in-one device? I think that is important to stress that at this point it is only rumours that the NX is being a hybrid. So it's not 100% confirmed yet. So for all what we know, the NX could be totally different, but that is what all of the signs are pointing at this stage. But that is it for this video. Hopefully, like I said at the start, hopefully this video sounds a lot more energetic than the video that I made back in March 2015. And like I said, my thoughts haven't really changed since then. Haven't really seen any rumours that have made me change my ideas, my thoughts from then. I still have my concerns, the same concerns from March 2015. I guess one thing that I forgot to mention is that Emily Rogers said that the controller, you got a thumbstick on the left, kind of like the Wii U gamepad where it's at the top, but you got like the second analog stick below the buttons. I'm just a little bit concerned about how comfortable that would be. I haven't played an Xbox 360. I do believe that is sort of how a 360 controller is laid out, where you don't have the two analog sticks like level. You got one above the other. I do have my concerns on how comfortable that will be, but yeah, and I guess like the controller is important as well, because if it is mainly a handheld like controller, then how comfortable would that be playing a game on a TV for like 4 or 5 hours? So yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. It's time for me to press that stop button. I'm stuttering. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way out. But for the moment, that is it for this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.